Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. Loaded with bad news. So it's a good one that's unbelievable, guys. But before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, last chance to sign up for Christmas in May. Last chance. If you haven't signed up for it, today's the last day. Okay? And I will not talk about it again until you see the winners. Plus, today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. But man, oh man, oh man, do I have stuff to talk to you guys about. I came down to Laguna Beach. I thought I'd start from someplace I've never started from, and that's Brook Street. And, tide's out. It's kind of nice. Beautiful spot. But a couple things I want to cover that are absolutely insane. You hear about cities, municipalities that are letting crime go crazy. Okay? And you would think that we would learn from that. And people would say, hey, enough is enough. We don't want to have that in our city. And the city of Los Angeles, on June 1st, has got rid of cash bail for dozens of crimes. That would normally be, something that you would have to post bail on. And the idea with this, guys, is absolutely crazy. A couple things about this are just unbelievable. Now, the idea of bail is you commit a crime and, okay, you do drunken driving, you rob a liquor store. You do something like that, and they say, listen, Dan, you robbed a liquor store. We want you to post a $25,000 bond that you're going to show up, and we're going to release you with your bond, but you better show up to your court hearing or you're going to lose that. Okay? The idea with it is to be a deterrence for crime. Now, the absolute crazy thing about this right now is they've gotten rid of this. And they filed an appeal, with the court to have this kicked out, and sure enough, it got thrown out. But here's the worst part about the city of Los Angeles. Think about this. This went unopposed. Okay? Nobody in front of the appellate court, hey, we need to have cash bail. Hey, criminals are bad. Hey, crime is running rampant. Hey, we don't want to be like Chicago. Nope, didn't do that, guys. Now, I live in Orange County, okay? And it is the county south of LA County. But the city of Los Angeles is huge. It's absolutely big. There are, 12 million people that live in Los Angeles? Something, I'm guessing on that. But the point is that it is insane, but its own municipality. And it is its own, its own ecosystem, its own everything. You can live in Los Angeles and not, and not leave it. I mean, it's just crazy. But to have crime be this rampant right now and have it be something that's not going to be deterred in any way is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, what's next, guys? Seriously, what is next? Now, you can sit there and say, hey, I'm going to try to scale this thing without killing myself right now. You can sit there and say, see how high this is up here. This is nuts, okay? It's absolutely nuts. There has to be a deterrent. Now, something that made national news over the weekend was there were some Marines that were in a beach that you guys have seen me film at a bunch of times, San Clemente State Beach. The pier is right there. It's absolutely beautiful, and the sunset is amazing. And these Marines from Camp Pendleton were down there hanging out, and these kids were throwing fireworks and firecrackers and things like that. And the Marines said, hey, can you guys stop, please? Okay, you're going to endanger somebody. Now I'm paraphrasing. But the kids took it upon themselves to beat the Marines and to, bum rush them. And dozens of them. If you've seen the video, it's absolutely awful. And the Marines did everything they can to defend themselves. It ended up getting knocked down by so many kids that, they've already arrested 8 people right now for that. And the sheriff's department has said, wait a second, guys. These guys are not getting away with it. This is Orange County. These guys are getting charged with a felony for using a deadly weapon, their feet, kicking them in the head. So that's what you have here in Orange County. They're not going to tolerate this. Oh, Wait a second, we were just getting out of control. You don't understand. No. Felonies. These kids were going to college. They're not going to college anymore. If they had plans that they wanted to make in the future, you need to change them, because our district attorney here in Orange County, Todd Spitzer, no nonsense guy. Todd Spitzer is going to have a field day with these people. I'm changing hands right now as I do this and try to navigate this thing. Sorry about that. But that's insane, guys. So you have to have a deterrence for crime. There's a couple great stories below about this, about how insane this is. There's a great TikTok below where a lawyer said this is nuts and showed all these different news stories. So check it out. Something different, guys, a different spot to come down to. But you can't have a world that's like this. Now, another thing with Los Angeles that came up, last year during the pandemic, they were talking about how unfair it is that people were getting evicted or the threat of eviction with rent and not paying rent and things like that. So you need to make these units more livable and more favorable to the tenants. Okay. One thing that they proposed was mandatory air conditioning in every unit. And I laughed. I'm like, wait a second. Think about this, guys. You go buy or rent an old building that doesn't have air conditioning. Okay? That's just the way it is. And talking to friends now, we all talked and compared notes of like our first apartment and things that we had and how we settled and what we got and how grateful we were to get these places. Now, the city of LA is proposing today that you have mandatory air conditioning in every unit. Think of the expense of that. What would that cost? It's a matter of safety. It's unsafe not to have air conditioning. Go make more money, guys. Go rent a nicer place. No. It's not like that, Dan. You don't understand. It's not like that at all. You have to have it so that the unit is comfortable. It's crazy. But mandatory air conditioning in every unit. And it's not law yet, but they're debating that right now. With people sleeping in the streets of Los Angeles and all over Hollywood and all those places that are unincorporated, it is awful. It is tragic. You've seen it down there. When I go down there, it's incredibly unsafe. It is. Day or night. It's not like, hey, don't be there at night, Dan. That's not good. No, it's all the time now. All the time in Los Angeles. It's horrible. So, share your thoughts on this, guys. LA is going to be a third world country. Think about this. LA is going to be just like New York, just like Chicago. And I love the people that are in the travel industry that write me and say, you don't understand. Travel's never been better. Everybody's going everywhere. Every flight is booked. Everything is booked. Really, that's not what the airlines are telling me. That's not what the pilots are telling me. It's crazy. Yes, things are busier. Yes, they're picking up. But it's not sold out. People are traveling differently. They're spending less money. They're living their lives in a different manner right now than ever before. But no cash bail? Wow. Why would you ever go to Chicago? Seriously. What would be the reason to go to Chicago? I was invited to a Cubs game and a White Sox game. No, sorry. Can't do it, guys. Not a chance. No security. Can't do it. Los Angeles is going to be completely upside down. Completely upside down as a result of this. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. There's so much more to handle in the business community. But the business of safety, that's everything, guys. You have to have retail safety. Beth wrote me about Petcos that are closing, that they won't fix the plumbing, they won't fix the bathrooms for the employees. So another Petco, went out of business. Terrible, terrible, terrible. You're seeing more and more stores go out of business. AutoZone, great store, right? Yeah. Did you hear about their stock yesterday? Down. $38. Okay, why people would be long on something like this and have an investment like that? You're crazy. Because what's happening with these auto parts stores is people are not fixing their cars anymore. People are delaying fixing their cars. And listen, I've had that rattle for 2 years. The knock is not that loud. I'm just gonna keep driving it until it stops, until I have to get it fixed. My mechanic says that, Dan, it's awful. People are not getting oil changes right now. They're not changing the air filters. Things that are going to make the car last longer. Preventative maintenance is out the window right now. AutoZone and other auto parts stores, this is the beginning of the end of these places, because the guidance, when they sit there and project what our sales are going to be, and they are down an absolute ton, these places are going to go out of business. You're going to see more and more of these stores close, and you can sit there and say, oh, retail's bad. You know, you need to be able to have your motorhead friend that's fixing your car and helping you walk into an auto parts store and be able to get the auto parts that he wants. Oh, no, I need the one with the this type of bracket, not this one. Because I don't understand that stuff, guys. You need somebody that does. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far, but you're going to see more and more people get affected by this. You're going to see crime destroy cities. It's going to destroy everything. And the fact that people are like, don't say no to this. What is wrong with you people? Who voted for this right now? Who voted for this? Okay? So $1.3 billion in the city of Los Angeles was just budgeted. $1.3 billion more, guys, more, has been budgeted to solve homelessness. Okay, remember that. Remember I said this as we are in June. We'll see what happens, what it looks like a year from now. Homelessness is gone by $1.3 billion. A businessman would be able to fix that for $1.3 billion. Okay? Plus, I'd hire more cops, too. That'd be the first thing I would do. So, share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. You know, right now, there are some really ominous signs in front of us, but we're getting clues on what to do and how to take care of ourselves. Patriot Gold has a no-fee-for-life IRA and 401k. You can call Patriot Gold today at 888-330-1431 and get yourself a free investor guide. They will answer all your questions, but you can get a no-fee-for-life IRA or 401k. Look at a couple things, guys. Look at what central banks are doing. They are buying gold at an absolute record pace right now. May was no exception. They bought a ton of gold, and the reason for that is because gold is a safe haven investment with these ominous, uncertain times. The second thing is there was a Gallup poll where they asked so many people, thousands of them, what do you think the best investments are? People said real estate, which we know where that's going right now. And the second best investment, they say, is gold. Take a look at that today. Protect yourself and protect your family. Call Patriot Gold today at 888-330-1431. They are the true experts for all metals. I, for one, am one of the people that are just fed up. I think that we're being played in a lot of different ways. I think people are taking advantage of the system in 1,000 different ways. Here's something I filmed yesterday that I put in today's video, but I want you to take a look at it and let me know your thoughts on this. So something I had to share with you guys. It's going by, get off the freeway. I'm in Tustin, California, and the teriyaki place is there, but they just got a new sign. And look at this, okay? This is insane. Look at how big that is. EBT accepted, guys. Now, understand this, guys. I know that there are people out there that are hurting. There's families that can't make it, but look at how big that sign is. Look at this. They just want to have handouts and giveaways and have it be free for everybody while we're trying to earn a living and get by. Now, a friend of mine was at dinner with over the weekend. We were talking about eating out and lunches and things like that. She said, oh, Dan, I can't afford to do that. And she's a professional, makes a good living. Oh, I make my lunch all week long. And I make meals and pack them and take them with me to work. And they're giving out the EBT cards, guys. That's here in California, that's the food card. Now, once again, there are single moms, there are people going through divorce, people that are sick, people that truly need this. But there are a slew of people that are taking advantage of the system, but you guys can go get teriyaki now. Isn't that great? I mean, it's insane, guys. It's absolutely nuts. Tell me if you think I'm wrong with this. Let me know. But it's not designed for this. It's designed to feed a family and feed them healthy food and not get teriyaki. And look at how big that sign is, guys, that they spent a fortune on. Literally, this was put up in the last 3 days. The sign was put up. So share your thoughts on this stuff. We're out trying to earn a living and beat our brains out to get ahead, and there's free stuff out there. One thing that was in the debt ceiling shenanigans that they went back and forth on was they wanted a means test for people that were 54 years of age and younger if they should be getting benefits or not. And no, we can't. Wow, you can't ask that, okay? Because there are so many people taking care of the system. When you go to the supermarket and people buy stuff, they sit there and slide that card and say, okay, this is stuff that we'll pay for in the state of California, and the rest of it you're responsible for. A friend of mine was at the store and the people were buying lobster tails, okay, with their EBT cards, okay? It's not designed for that. So share your thoughts on this. Just thought I'd do a little pit stop for you and do this, but let me know what you think. The system is broken. People are taking advantage of it left and right. When you have a professional that has to pack her own lunch because, oh, damn, it's over $20 a day to eat out right now. Okay? It's nuts. But you can get teriyaki, guys, with your EBT card now. Let me know. Let me know what you think about this. One thing that I pride myself on is getting knowledge. Getting knowledge for business, marketing, life, health, everything. And I just think that we should all be students of everything in life. Okay? If you stop learning, you stop growing, you stop being a better person. One thing that's happening is the caravan of easy money has stopped. It really has. And with that, you're going to see the people that mismanage their lives and their companies go out of business. Now, recently sat down with a friend whose company got, think about this, they got PPP money, EIDL money, they got the refund money for having the employees and gave the employees nothing. Not bonus pay, not a dollar, nothing. Not a thank you, okay? Not a cup of coffee, nothing. And this place is managed so poorly that, hey, do you think they could go out of business? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. But you're going to see more and more people and businesses go out of business. And one thing, that I was guilty of when I was younger was mismanagement of money and not having respect for money. Money is a tool. Money is something you need to respect. And sometimes you don't make enough to pay your bills. And sometimes you make too much and people squander it and buy stupid things. You need to get yourself under control, and these companies need to get themselves under control. But you're going to see a myriad of businesses go out of business right now because the gravy train has stopped. And there are so many people that cannot handle it. I still have people that write me. It's dwindled down, but last month in May, I had 2 people write me and ask me if they thought there was going to be another stimulus check. Okay? One person wrote me, hey, do you think you could lobby anybody to have extended unemployment benefits increased for another 52 weeks? A year, guys, so they could not work. Crazy. I also had one person write me and say, Dan, I love that the unemployment benefits were extended so long. I paid my house off with that money because I earned so much. Good for that person. But do you see where this is headed, guys? This is going to collapse. It's going to be just an abysmal ending to all of this. There's nothing about this. You're seeing so many different things with manufacturing, so many things with business that are not good on the horizon. This debt ceiling debacle that is really not good. It's not a good thing. You're extending the drunk's credit line at the casino. Guess what? He lost all the money. That's what's going to happen to us without people being taken care of. Okay? That's what's going to happen. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. But this is just the beginning of this right now. We are unhealthier right now as a society, globally. Around the world, people are unhealthy. It is anticipated that 50% of all Americans have chronic diseases. How crazy is that? It's not me, that's some article below that says this. And again, if that's the case, this is awful, guys. People need to take care of themselves and not just, stuff food down their throat and not exercise. You need to get outside. You want to do more for yourself? Get out in the morning, get some sun, take some vitamin D, do things that are going to better yourself, better your head. And, one thing I always get a kick out of is, I have a lot of people that reach out that don't have friends. The idea is to get a good friend, not 50 friends. Remember, a sports car has 2 seats, guys. There's a reason for that. Have the closest people in your life mean something to you. But if you are not around anybody that's good, get around people that are good, like-minded people. Okay? Try it. There's a ton of groups, a ton of places to go that. They go to the movies, they go to the range, they do all this different stuff, and they're always sharing this stuff with me. Okay? So we are seeing crazy things like in Portland, Oregon, where they don't want to have delivery trucks. We just don't want to have delivery trucks in our cities. So it's going to kill commerce in those cities because, oh, I'm sorry, you're in the no delivery zone for that 9-block stretch, which, you can sit there and say 9 blocks is not that much. No, it's ridiculous, guys, because not everybody gets out walking every day on the beach or in the sun or at the park. Okay? People need to not have to worry about this stuff and be able to go out and get themselves, packages and food and things like that. Okay? It's awful. So, the student loan boondoggle, where everybody got to put off their student loans, is finally going to end. Finally. And basically, like September, it's going to be pay up. Now, I cannot tell you how many people have written me about their student loans. Some are for it, some are against it. Some people have saved the money during this time and said, wow, I used to make this payment every month, and I've just been putting it away. Very few of them have done that. But it's time to pay up. I am 100% against student loan debts. 100% against my son with where he wanted to go to school and things like that, just because you don't need it. You don't need to do this. And people think that college is the experience. College is not the experience, guys. I didn't go to a university, and I had an amazing college age experience that I could tell you about over and over again. Okay? Quality of your life, the quality of your education, and that thing called earning a living. Don't forget that. The greatest line ever was a man that wrote me and said, my stepson has a ton of student loan debt, and he's an artist, and he can draw anything but a paycheck. Okay? The greatest joke, the greatest line on the history of iAllegedly ever is that guy's line. Because, again, what are you going to do with an art degree? You're an artist? There's the thing. The art of business, being around a family, my late girlfriend's family was professional musicians. And they all worked and did other jobs, but they were unbelievable. Her father was a concert pianist that we installed internet at their house, and I would go work there, and he would play the piano all day, and it was just beautiful and masterful and some of the most beautiful music ever. And he realized he had to do other things than just being a concert pianist, okay? But just amazing, absolutely amazing. People don't get that. People want to live in poverty right now. It's nuts. Or get a handout right now. And they're over with, guys. They're over with. All of this COVID money that was out there is being reallocated in different places that wasn't spent. It's going to be interesting to see what municipalities were given this money and if they'll give it back or not. And for those of you that have had your business and gotten some of these loans and now you're out of business, you're going to have a problem too, because they're going to start coming to collect that money right now. So let me know what you think about this so far. It's really been overcast. It's now been almost 12 days of it being like this every day. Every morning you get up and it's like this. It's just, rarely does the sun come out. It's really horrible to live in a place like this. There is an indicator that's really important called PMI, Purchasing Managers Index. Basically, this gives you trends for business and where things are headed. The problem with this is that lately people don't care about where trends are going. People don't care about business. Oh, listen, things will turn around. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Fight through it. No. Think about this, okay? Prices paid by companies have gone up. New orders have fallen across the country. Employment has fallen, and now there's more jobs being listed because there's less people that are working right now. Inventories have fallen right now. Production has fallen. And the final one, order backlogs of, hey, we've got the order, don't worry, we'll fill it in the next 45 days. That fell also. And this fell at the most alarming rate in the last 13 months. And the thing about this, it's at the worst rate since the Lehman Brothers collapse back in 2008. Okay? So people need to be concerned about this. People need to be concerned about what's real. Once again, guys, regardless of whatever business you're in, you have to look at things differently right now. If you have trucks, if you are a one-man band, you are the one just doing service work for somebody, you need to look at things differently and maximize your time, maximize your customers, maximize each client to get as much money as possible from everybody, and make sure people don't owe you money right now. I am telling you this right now, you're going to have shocking things happen in the next 90 days where you're going to have companies that are going to go out of business. Banks are going to continue to go out of business. My next video is on all this banking news that's coming down, and it's going to be crazy because it's only getting worse and worse and worse. The dog days of banking are here, guys, and it's only going to get worse. With the change of artificial intelligence, it's going to affect my favorite computer company, and that's HP. I love HP computers, guys. They're so reliable. You know, they're fast. You know, they're not a sponsor. I wish they were, but they're just a great company, but really consistent quality. And I've never had a problem with an HP computer. They just announced today that you're going to see more artificial intelligence in AI computers, and that in 2 years, the computer you have today will be completely obsolete because you're going to have artificial intelligence built into the computer. And whoever has this done first is going to make a ton of money. Now you can sit there and say, Dan, you can log on to ChatGPT with your computer. The problem with it is that not everybody is savvy enough to do things like that and ask the questions and do what needs to be done to get themselves through ChatGPT. You need to have it built into the software so that it's not an issue, so that people don't have to ask these questions. That's where things are headed right now. You know, share your thoughts on that one. Bill Ackman, my favorite billionaire, you know, every now and then I think he bumped his head because yesterday he came out full force and said, listen, I want to recommend somebody for President of the United States, and I want you to consider voting for Jamie Dimon. He would pull us all together, and he would be able to beat any other Democrat and the Republicans, and he's a unifier. Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Ackman, I'm telling you, you're fantastic. I think you're smoking peyote right now. I really do. I think you're crazy to think that Jamie Dimon's going to do that. I think that you want to be Treasury Secretary. That's what I think. That's what Bill Ackman wants. Mark my words. Hey, when you're super rich, what are you going to do? Seriously, what are you going to buy something else? Buy another car? Date hot women? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Buy another business? Come on. Well, let me think. I want to become Treasury Secretary. Ooh, gosh. Let's see. The Democrats don't really, like me that much. They made all that money. I'll get one of my friends. I'll get Jamie Dimon to run for president. It's insane, guys. So mark my words. If this happens, you're going to have Bill Ackman's name be circled around as a potential Treasury Secretary. Okay? Wants to see his name on the dollar bill. Okay? One thing I said earlier in this video was it was AutoZone that had a problem. It was Advanced Auto Parts that had the downturn. And mistakes get made, guys. So Advanced Auto Parts. And again, if you're long on Advanced Auto Parts and somebody recommended that to you, have your head examined. Larry Summers, who, man, this guy just cannot get out of the press. He was Bill Clinton's Treasury Secretary, and he stepped forward and said that he sees interest rates going much higher. People need to prepare themselves for what's going to happen. And, people don't want to look at this. People don't want to sit there and think that you could see mortgages above 10%. I think you're going to see that. I really do. And it's going to make it so that only the best people are going to get mortgages right now. You can talk about all this 1% nonsense and things like that. There's only so much money for that, guys. And it's nothing here in Southern California. You can't get a 1% loan for an $850,000 house. It's not going to happen. You are seeing all these areas around the country that are having major, major problems with pricing of real estate, days on the market, and things not closing escrow. The insurance debacle is only getting worse right now, and that's going to create a problem. What other hiccups are you going to have in real estate? My foreclosure buddy, think about this. We were supposed to meet yesterday. Hey, I can't meet. I've got to go to Riverside County. I'm not even going to say the city that he was going to because it'll give it away. I've got to go to Riverside County. I've got to serve 14 different lots right now. Really? Yeah, they're all in foreclosure. So he goes out there, and of these 14 lots, guys, he had, think about this, he had 7 of them that had construction going on those lots, and he posted the foreclosure notices. Now, Dan, this may get worked out, this may get resolved, but how would you like to be one of those potential homeowners that put down their deposit and the builder's not paying for the land? Okay, how about that? Will that happen, Dan? You have to ask those questions? Yes, you have to ask those questions. So, the beginning of the end, guys. This is it. Nobody wants to admit that things are going to be bad right now. They are. They really are. But once again, if you control your spending, if you control what's going on in your business, and you have business. Now, if you own a company and the phone is not ringing and you're not selling anything and you're sitting there just waiting, you're doomed. And you need to understand how bad that is. But if you have some customer base right now, work on expanding that, working on the existing customers that you have to make them buy more, have their friends be your cheerleader, and push business your way. There's a lot of ways to do that. Plus, Brazil. You think your credit card rates are high here? Think about this. In Brazil, the credit card rates were just announced. They're 450%. You want to use a card in Brazil? Oh, you're going to pay, baby. You're going to pay. Pay forever. It's crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. 450%. Now, people sit there, whenever I do a story like this, they say, oh, Brazil's so backwards, Dan. Why would you compare us to Brazil? They're a joke. Okay. One of the largest tourist destinations in the world, one of the largest economies in the world. Yes, is it a joke? And yes, are there issues there? But guys, 450% for your credit cards. Sign me up, guys. So share your thoughts on that stuff so far. Isn't this beautiful down here? That's nice, all these rocks. Again, $3 parking, guys. Come down here and walk on this beach and hang out on this beach. If it were warm out here during summer, you know, Memorial Day just happened, so it's the unofficial start of summer here in California. You'd think that more people would be out here, but it's just freezing this morning. So let me know. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories. The first one is a woman that lives in Washington, D.C., Liz Geltman. She is one of those people that keeps getting Amazon packages that she never ordered. And there's different crime rings that do things where they place Amazon purchases and send things to people. I don't understand why, but she keeps getting baby items, and she doesn't have children. And she started donating things because she was getting hundreds of, Amazon gifts. And she called Amazon and said, hey, I keep getting dozens of packages every day. These aren't mine. Oh, just keep them. Just keep them. Just keep them. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. And with Memorial Day just passing, the #1 beer used to be a brand called Bud Light. And because sales have dropped so dramatically, America's best-selling beer may be a Mexican beer called Modelo. So isn't that funny? Huh. Imagine what Bud Light did to do that. So share your thoughts on that one, guys. So, plus Modelo's delicious, too, if you've ever tried it. Anyways, not really into beer, but, Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Get some knowledge, get some health, take care of yourself. Don't be one of the 50% that they say has a chronic illness right now. Work on your health, guys. Work on your peace of mind. And a lot more to cover. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.